The Cleveland Browns are on the verge of another monumental mistake, one that could once again haunt their already tortured history. This time, the focus isn't on an aging roster or lack of star power, but on a decision that involves a player who could have given the team the future they've desperately needed, Shedeur Sanders. And standing in his way, none other than Deshaun Watson. With OTAs and the mandatory veteran minicamp now in the rearview mirror, the Cleveland Browns find themselves on a brief hiatus before the all-important training camp kicks off in late July. As the roster continues to take shape, one question hangs over the franchise. Who will be the starting quarterback? And just as importantly, how will this decision shape the franchise's future? The quarterback battle in Cleveland this offseason has taken on a life of its own. It's not just a mere competition, it's a spectacle that has the media on edge and fans holding their breath. Right now, the four contenders for the starting role are all over the map. Joe Flacco, the seasoned veteran looking to show he still has gas left in the tank. Kenny Pickett, who's aiming to solidify his place in the NFL. Dylan Gabriel, the up-and-comer trying to prove he belongs. And, of course, the media darling Shedeur Sanders, whose every move has been under the microscope since he entered the fold. As the star of the show, Shedeur Sanders has lived up to the hype so far, dazzling in the OTAs with a stellar performance that included 9 touchdown passes and just 1 interception, albeit during 7-on-7 drills. He continued to turn heads during the mandatory minicamp, where he showed flashes of brilliance. Despite his success, there was one glaring issue. He was the only quarterback who didn't get any reps with the first team. This oversight has left many fans questioning the Browns' decision-making process. If there's one thing the Browns are known for, it's their constant ability to make disastrous decisions. Decisions that perpetuate the cycle of dysfunction and disappointment that has plagued the team for decades. Their most recent major blunder? Letting go of Baker Mayfield, the quarterback who delivered the franchise its first playoff victory in 26 years, in favor of Deshaun Watson. Mayfield, despite a rough 2021 season, was sent packing to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for minimal compensation. The team then made the audacious move to trade for Deshaun Watson, handing him a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. Since then, the results have been nothing short of disastrous. Watson has played in only 19 games over the past 3 years, a far cry from the player the Browns envisioned when they made the bold move to acquire him. It's hard to ignore the fact that Watson's tenure in Cleveland has been an abysmal failure, especially when you consider that the team was willing to give him such a massive contract despite his baggage. While some argue that Watson deserves another shot, especially if he's fully recovered from his injury, it's becoming clear that his time in Cleveland may be drawing to a close. Even if he does get another chance, it will almost certainly be with another franchise far removed from the Browns' toxic atmosphere. The argument for giving Watson another opportunity seems laughable when considering the future the Browns could have with Shedeur Sanders at the helm. Sanders, who has been turning heads everywhere he goes, offers the team a fresh start, a new face to lead them out of their endless cycle of mediocrity. The Browns have a chance to turn the page, to finally commit to a quarterback who could lead them into the next era of football, yet they seem intent on keeping their faith in Watson, whose promise has all but evaporated. Nick Padone, an analyst on Weekends on the Fan, voiced his concern, calling the potential decision to stick with Watson the most disrespectful thing the Browns could do. Padone's criticism is not just about Watson's performance, but about the message it sends to the rest of the team, the fans, and the league at large. By continuing to back a quarterback who has failed to deliver, the Browns are only reinforcing their reputation for poor decision-making and missed opportunities. In the grand scheme of things, Watson's time in Cleveland may soon come to an end. As the Browns look ahead to training camp, the question remains, will they continue to stick with a quarterback who has proven to be a liability? Or will they finally take a step into the future and embrace the potential of Shedeur Sanders, The Browns are at a crossroads, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If they decide to stay the course with Watson, they risk continuing the cycle of failure. But if they give Sanders a real shot at the starting job, they could finally give their long-suffering fan base something to look forward to, a real quarterback and a real chance at success.